Here's an important question for you. Did you ever see that movie where Matt Damon went thrift store shopping? Yeah, I haven't either, but I heard it's really good, so keep your eyes peeled for it. It's called Good Will Hunting. The real important question is, can anybody make any money at Goodwill or Salvation Army or Savers or just about any other thrift store these days, since all their prices are just so high? Yeah, I agree. The 2 or 3 times a week that my wife or I go to Goodwill or Salvation Army, we think the same thing. Prices are way too high to make any money here. So why do we keep going to Goodwill and Salvation Army 2 or 3 times a week? It's because we can make money at them. And I'm about to show you several ultra advanced ways to do it. First, and all of you know this, they're always running a sale, it seems. When you walk into the store, a thrift store, make sure you look at the board that's in the front or the display of some kind that announces today's sale. Because one day it might be 25 or 50% off for seniors or for veterans, for teachers. If you fall into one of these categories, you want to know if today is the sale because it might be your day for big discounts that other people just won't get. Plus, there's always some sort of a color tag sale going on at most thrift store chains. A common way that they put out items is to use different colors of price tags. And all new items they put out today might have a green price tag. So all items that was put out today might be green. Yesterday's, maybe they were all red. The day before that, yellow, and so on. And they almost always run some sort of a sale. They usually always run some sort of a color price tag sale every day or almost every day. So today you drop in and it could be that everything with a blue price tag might be half off. That can be significant, especially given that we all agree prices are too high. But at half price, we're starting to get down into a range that we like, right? Now, typically the colors they pick are the ones that were put out earliest. So therefore, if today's half off price tag is the blue price tags, then it's likely that those items have been in the store the longest. For the blue price tag was the one that they put out earliest of all the price tag colors right now going on. That blue was the one that probably they will put out tomorrow because it's been so long since they've done a blue price tag. So they want to try to get rid of all that stuff today to make room. And tomorrow blue won't be on sale because everything blue is going to be new to that store. And today they're putting out red price tags, okay? So they want to make more room. Therefore, the items that get you the biggest discount at thrift stores are often the ones that have been for sale the longest, but they reward you with that deep discount over the regular price. Wow, that means you can think the ultra advanced eBay way. No one ever does this. Consider the following. You can turn this around. You can turn this on its head. No other reseller is going to be doing this, okay? Ask one of the clerks, what price tag color are you putting out today on your newest items? What's the color? Now, if they say the purple, for instance, all purple price tags, that's what today's purple day for us. We're putting items on the floor for the first time, and they're all going to have purple price tags. That means the majority of items in the store right now with purple price tags. The reselling vultures, and no, I don't consider us reselling vultures. It's everyone else, okay? The reselling vultures picking over everything and taking all the good stuff. They haven't seen the purple price tags for the most part. You're in the store, most of them aren't. Instead of you having to compete with everyone, you will be their competition because rarely do they consider this major thrifting tip of what's being put out today. Sure, it's full price, but once you know the color of today's newly placed merchandise, you just breeze down the aisle, such as the men's shirt aisle, looking only at the price tag colors and today's color. Oh, there's a purple, there's a color, there's a purple, there's a purple. I know that all of these were just put out. Okay, chances are very slim. You're going to find some that are very old from way back when, maybe some really old purple price tags that are still happen to be left, but they've been really picked over and sold and discounted and all of that. There aren't going to be many purple price tags left if they're putting out purple today. So you just go through the aisle as fast as you can looking for only, be laser eye focused on those purple price tags. Like this one here. Is that purple or pink? I don't know, this price tag. We're just going to say it's purple, okay? You're only looking for those, and it lets you focus only on brand new items that other resellers have never seen yet. You're there first. You just start throwing things in your cart to make a load of money, stuff that Stuff that just won't be available for long. Sure, you pay full price, today's full price, because I would much rather pay Goodwill $7.99 for a liquid blue all over 1992 Grateful Dead single-stitch t-shirt than wait 7 days in hopes of getting it at half price for just $4? Because I'm fooling myself, right? Because that thing's not going to be there in 7 days. Another reseller's going to snarf this right up probably 2 minutes after I walk out of the store. And here's another tip if you want to keep your eyes open. Thrift stores are always bringing out racks and carts of new inventory all throughout the day, almost every day. Keep your eyes open on those back doors because they're always pulling out racks. They're always going through merchandise, getting it ready for sale and putting price tags so that they can put them up on the racks. Keep your eyes open for anything new going up on the racks. Whenever you see them wheel out a rack or a cart of merchandise that they've got to put on the floor, run over there and look it over. Now, some stores don't like this, and they'd rather you not bother the employee who's putting them out. Most of the time, most stores realize, oh, we'd much rather sell these sooner than later, so they don't care. Most of the employees don't care. But kind of be aware, maybe ask, you mind if I look through these? If she's over there, buy it. Often they'll just roll out a cart and then go back and get another cart and put it in the other part of the store and go out and get another cart and put it where it's going to go, and then they'll go back and they'll start putting things up. They've got merchandise on the floor, kind of. It's so people might want to buy it before they get a chance to get them up on the racks. Go there right away and get the fresh merchandise because you might find one of these Grateful Dead t-shirts whenever you do that. So be aware of what they're doing and then go to those racks that are on the floor that they're getting ready, that they wheeled out of the back that they're getting ready to list. You want another huge thrift store tip? Go to the areas of the store that most resellers don't go to. Go to the sheets and the fabric and the pillows, for example. Clean pillows can bring big dough. I mean, look at some of these throw pillows. Here's a Versace, $565. These are sold. Most of these that I'll show you are going to be sold. A Chanel pillow for $900, and the listing's not very good. The photo's awful. It's not square. The first one doesn't have a white background. There's nothing good. They are not zoomed in. It's badly framed. They've got $900. This isn't for sale. It was sold. Who knows where they got this? My guess is at some thrift store or garage sale. That's just my guess. I don't know, but it's pre-owned. It's not new, and they got $900 for this. Would you mind a $900 pillow that you found at a thrift store? Would you mind that sale, or are you too good for that? I know you're not too good for that. You long for that. I do too. Everyone does. Go to the places that most people don't go. Here's two. It doesn't have to be name brand like Versace or Chanel. It can be Mackenzie Child's pillows. Okay, here's two pillows for $219. Maybe the Harlequin design is what kind of made this in demand. You know, it looks like Harlequin, the character, the sidekick, that sidekick chick of the Joker in DC Comics. I don't know why these pillows went for $219. I'm a man. I wouldn't have a clue as to why, but I don't care. All I know is pillows go for a lot of money, and almost no reseller really thinks about that very much. What about these Jonathan Adler needlepoint pillows? Someone needlepointed these things, $525. Come on, you'd sell these. But look at this. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Virgo. Listen, if I saw these at a garage sale before the scales were dropped from my eyes and I learned how much pillows are worth, I would have seen Virgo pillow, needlepoint pillow, and just walked right by it. You know, I would have never thought. I wouldn't have looked at the brand, nothing. Don't let this be you. Yeah, needlepoint pillows. Here's a needlepoint pillow that went for $300. Well, he's got 5 somehow. Well, they're new, but that means if these were pre-owned, pre-loved, if these were used, and someone had these and brand new went for $323, you find a nice one in a thrift store that doesn't have any stains or odors, and yeah, you always need to smell things like this. If you find a pillow that's in great condition, as most will be because people just aren't going through the pillows all that much, this thing might go for $200, $199 pre-owned used. Might go for more. It's just a needlepoint pillow that someone did. Wool petite pillow, 18 by 18 inches, This is nothing. If you saw this in a thrift store before now, you might just, yeah, that's needlepoint. Someone just made that. What's the big deal? You know, some lady in her house just one afternoon needlepointed this pillow. Well, somebody wants it. Go to the places that most people don't go to. Needlepoint. Needlepoint by itself, whether it's a pillow or not, brings big bucks. Now here's another needlepoint pillow, $286 with a cheetah. I guess animal needlepoints are really popular. But here's a needlepoint Christmas stocking, $559. Would you do this? That's new, okay? So used, this beautiful stocking, this needlepoint stocking. You've seen stockings in thrift stores before. If you've been in this business for very long of reselling, you've seen Christmas stockings. Christmas stockings sell really well, especially if they're nice, if they're unique. You know, they're nice. Needlepoint, let your spider sense really open up if you see needlepoint anything. Needlepoint Christmas stocking, go for it. See what you can do. If it's nice, if you can find comps, great. Do a Google Lens search. See if you can find it. Do an eBay image search. Go to eBay, click search, click the picture on your phone, and look for this thing on eBay. Maybe you'll find comps. Maybe you won't. But if it's nice and it's needlepoint, and if, you know, this is beautiful, it's going to sell. It's going to sell for more than you pay for it, and no one's buying needlepoint stuff in a thrift store except the smart reseller. Here's a needlepoint someone did of the first man on the moon. You know, just some little needlepoint cloth, $755. Now that was an auction, 49 bids. In its defense, it is signed by Neil Armstrong. Yeah, that probably means a lot. That's probably a lot of this price that Neil Armstrong signed this needlepoint. But still, if he hadn't have signed this is an old vintage, almost mid-century needlepoint that someone did. Very unusual. You're not going to find these everywhere, even if it's not signed. Someone's going to want this thing for $50, $75. Who would have thought that before? Who would have known that before you know? So look for stuff like this. Now, before you heard me talk about needlepoint on and on and on and on at thrift stores, what would you have done if you saw this little toy, this needlepoint lion, in a thrift store? What would you have done? Well, you might have picked it up and put it in your cart. Me, I would have just kept on walking, brother. I would have kept on walking. But $500 for a lion and parrot needlepoint, and you can't even see the parrot. You have to look at the next picture. I mean, what a lousy way to sell two needlepoints. There are two of these and $250 each, a lion and a parrot. But they violate the picture rules. We've gone through all the picture rules on how to take pictures, especially how to do your hero picture, which is what eBay calls the first picture. I've done 2 or 3 videos on the hero picture alone, basically. There's nothing about these pictures that's any good. It's messy in the background. Everything for sale is not in the hero picture, the first picture. They're awful. They're not square, no white background, not even a clean background. If you're not going to do a white background, at least don't have junk in the background of your parrot needlepoint stuffed animal. If you do, you might only get $500 for both of these that you paid $3 for at a thrift store. Another big tip, be sure and keep track of your mileage. We have to be reminded of this a lot as resellers. You're driving from site to site, you're driving to all the sales, you're driving to the UPS store, you're driving to the post office maybe every day. I'm no tax advisor, and I'm proud that I am not. But I'm Ask an Expert. I believe the mileage credit for 2024, the year I record this, I think is 67 cents per mile. And it goes up every year, it seems like. 67 cents a mile, tracking every trip to the post office, tracking every trip to every thrift store that you make. A tax advisor once told me, that's big money at the end of the year. But a tax advisor, a good friend of mine, once told me that the biggest problem with small businesses and the mileage allowance is that most business owners just don't use enough of it. They don't record enough of their miles. They just never record almost every trip they make. They just don't get around to it, even though it's pretty tough to do because it means keeping a pencil and a little notepad in your car and just writing down every trip you make. You know, that's all you have to do. Whatever you do, though, do it. Write down your mileage. Keep track of your mileage. 66 cents a mile. That's serious tax deductions off your business's income at the end of the year. And you're putting wear and tear on your car. You're really cheating no one but yourself. The IRS loves it that you don't record your mileage properly and consistently. The government loves you for that. And anything they love you for, you need to change. So always record your mileage. Keep it recorded. Memberships. A lot of thrift stores, especially a lot of the big chains, they have memberships. But I hear Savers has a membership and you get points, and it's just kind of silly not to do that. You're just leaving money on the table. If every single person joined their membership, it would be worthless. But the reason it's worth something for those that do and who use the points is because most people don't join those clubs and don't take advantage of them. Always look and see if you've got a membership going on. Now, before my final bit of ultra advanced thrifting advice for you that's just going to make you a ton of money over the next several years, I'm always here. And if you have any question or comment about anything, even if it's a total beginner question, this is ultra advanced, ask total beginner questions if you want. Just ask questions, make a comment, tell me how handsome I am, whatever you want to say below, just ask below, because I answer and respond to every single question and comment. I do personally. This is important to me. I have for years asked YouTube channels different questions and hardly ever get answers from anybody. I don't understand. Don't you want to help the people you say you want to help? I sure do. So you don't even have to join our Facebook group, although it's free, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but you don't have to. Just ask anything you want. So please, give me reproof and correction. I'm always open to it. Whatever you want to say. Add some great tips that you've come up with on your own or that you've heard others talk about, because it helps everyone. It helps the whole group. It helps the whole group rise in our thrifting and reselling abilities. And you are totally open. If you've never asked a question or posted a comment on YouTube, this is the channel to do it, because it's wide open and we welcome them, and please do it. Hopefully I've been some help to some of you or most of you in the past. And here today, especially, I hope it gets a little better each time you watch something. I hope you learn something to make you a little bit more money every time you listen to something that I'm hammering you about. So I'd sure appreciate it. I know you hear this all the time. Click the like button below if you like this video, if you think it's going to make you some money. If you thought, wow, I never thought about that, that's a great time to click like. It lets me know this is important information. It lets me know other times, maybe that video, no one wants that topic anymore. I need to know that sort of thing. I need the feedback. Heck, you might even want to subscribe to this channel, because so that you don't miss future videos. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. And if you subscribe and ring the bell notification, then that means that you will get notifications anytime a new video appears. So thanks for subscribing if you get a chance, because it helps all of us grow here. And speaking of helping others, helping people, thrift store employees, they don't typically interact much with shoppers, so always be friendly to these people. Interact with them as much as you can. Ask how their day's going. If you sort of have gotten to know them, you kind of see their faces and over, and you become sort of friendly. They sort of have seen you before and they know it. Say it's good to see you again, Mary Ann. Look at their tag if they have one. And if they don't have tags, ask for their names of these people that you see often and get to know them, and ask how things are going, Mary Ann. How do you feel today? Or you look great today, Mary Ann, and so on. It may not get you anything going forth, but it's good for you and good for me and good for them to be friendly to people whose jobs help our jobs. What the job that they do helps our job that we do. Recently, my wife Janie took a couple of dozen Krispy Kreme to her favorite thrift store as a surprise thank you to their employees. And every time she walks in now after doing that, she gets a, "Well, hello, Mrs. Perry," from all of the people who work there. They just go out of their way. They can't wait to help her. They might want some more Krispy Kremes, and they might get them someday. They probably will. They'll probably all get, some little small gift card at Christmas time. Do this for people whose job directly helps your income. And guess what? Now, Janie really appreciates these people. She truly did it as thanks. But going forth, if there's any gray area where one of the employees has to decide do I give the benefit of the doubt of a price or something? If there's an issue, do I give the benefit of the doubt to Mrs. Perry? Or do I just tell her, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. So sad. No, I can't do that. So sad. Sorry, can't do that. Move on. Next employee, next in line, please. They're probably going to give Janie the benefit of the doubt. And people helping people is always good, right? I've said before here on this channel, the only thing Barbara Streisand ever said in her entire life that was true is that people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. And that is so true. People who need people. It's great to help people. It's so good for for you and your mental attitude when you leave that store to have been kind and friendly to the people who work there. And even if you don't feel it, you're having a rotten day, fake it till you make it. This is a phenomenon that is true. Just, people who are not very confident, if they will just start doing their best to fake confidence, they start building confidence. It's really amazing how this works. You start faking that you're really thrilled to see these employees, you'll really start to like them. They'll start to like you. It's a good thing to do for everyone. But right now, it's time to let you go to work. What I want you to do right now is go straight to your car and drive to the nearest thrift store and buy a bunch of eBay money.